Hey everyone, here we are with the Goose's Gold, Chapter 2. Last time in Chapter 1, the kids, Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose, just got to Florida to visit Ruth Rose's grandmother. And while they were waiting to be picked up, Dink overheard somebody talking on the phone, saying something about the doe and the drowning goose. So we're not really sure what's going on with that. So let's read chapter 2 and see what's happening. Let me share my screen. All right. I smell cookies, Josh said the next morning. Dink rolled over and looked at Josh. He was sitting up in bed with his nose in the air. Dink grinned. You look like a rabbit, Josh. No, I'm serious, Josh said. He walked over to the window and took a deep whiff. Yep, it's cookies with chocolate chips. They heard a knock on their bedroom door. Hurry up, you guys, Ruth Rose said. Graham is making breakfast. Dink and Josh scrambled into shorts and t-shirts. They did a quick job of washing up, then hurried down the stairs. Graham Hathaway stood at the stove, spooning pancake batter onto a hot griddle. She was wearing running gear, and her hair was tied in a red bandana. Good morning, boys. How'd you sleep? Great, Dink said, except Josh snored all night. Ha ha! Ruth Rose laughed as she poured orange juice into 4 glasses. She liked to dress all in one color. Today, she was wearing green shorts, a green t-shirt, and green jelly shoes. Josh glanced at the stove. I thought I smelled chocolate chip cookies. Graham smiled. What an observant young man. There's a batch in the oven that's almost done. Josh nudged Dink. See, I'm an observant young man. Graham brought a platter of pancakes to the table. I'm baking cookies for our company. Who's the company, Graham? Ruth Rose asked. Her grandmother smiled mysteriously. It's a surprise. You'll have to wait and see. While they ate breakfast, Graham told the kids about some of the sights to see on the island. Be sure to take a ride in the old town trolley, she said. It scoots all over town. How do we get to the beach? Josh asked. Just walk to the end of my street, then turn right, Graham said. 2 more blocks and you'll see the water. Can we help you clean up? Ruth Rose asked. I'll clean up after my run, Graham replied. You kids go have fun, and I'll see you for lunch. The kids each grabbed a warm cookie, then hurried outside. 10 minutes later, they were carrying their sneakers and wading in the ocean. Dink was looking at Guy's feet on the beach. He saw plenty of ankle tattoos, but none were eagles. From the beach, they walked up some steps to a wide concrete pier. There were benches and tables and vendors selling food and souvenirs. A man was juggling oranges and grapefruits. Big gray pelicans sat on posts waiting for tourists to feed them. Let's go see those boats, Josh suggested, pointing toward a long wooden dock. The kids ran along the beach and crossed over to the dock. Dink saw a sign that said, Watch for splinters and fish hooks, no bare feet. People were lined up, fishing. One little girl shouted, then pulled up a silver fish the size of Dink's head. Oh, not head, hand, Dink's hand. The kids pulled on their shoes and hiked along the long dock. Boats were nestled in slips on both sides. Everywhere they looked, people were washing, polishing, or painting their boats. I wish I had a sailboat, Josh said as they continued along the dock. I'd live on it and sail around the world. What about me and Dink? Ruth Rose asked. Oh, I'd hire you as my cook, Josh told Ruth Rose. You could make me cookies and pizza. He nudged Dink with his hip. And Dinkus could wash my clothes and make my bed. Yeah, right, Dink said. And make you walk the plank. Listen, I hear music, Josh said. A radio stood at the end of the dock next to a man holding a paintbrush. He was painting curly gold letters on the side of a white boat. So far, he'd finished G and O. What do you think it's going to say? He's painting with gold letters, and so far it says G-O. I have an idea. Smears of gold speckled the man's tanned fingers. He was short, but the muscles on his arms made him look like a weightlifter. Another man stood next to him, eating a muffin. He was tall and skinny, with a blonde ponytail. Both men wore tank tops over baggy jeans. The skinny man nodded at the kids. Howdy, he said. I like your boat, said Josh. Do you live on it? The skinny man turned down the radio. There are 2 beds up front, he said, a kitchen and a bathroom too. Dink noticed a yellow rubber dinghy strapped along the side of the boat. 2 long fishing poles were lying on the deck. Is it a fishing boat? Dink asked. The skinny man shook his head. No, we're after treasure. We dive for gold. You do? Josh said. Cool. The man waved his muffin out at the ocean. There are plenty of sunken ships out there, he said, grinning. Me and Spike here found one. The man with the paintbrush gave his friend a sharp look. Chip, maybe these kids don't want to know our business, he said. Chip shrugged. Just be neighborly, he said. Spike went back to his painting. Did you find any gold yet? Josh asked. Chip looked at Spike. Yeah, we got some, Spike said. Could we see it? Ruth Rose asked. Spike thought for a minute, then handed Chip his paintbrush. Sure, why not? He said. Come aboard and watch your feet. Spike climbed down some stairs to a little cabin. When he came back up, he had something shiny in his hand. These are Spanish coins, Spike told the kids. Almost 400 years old. Seems a little dangerous to go onto a stranger's boat. I don't know if I would recommend that. The kids stared at the gold coins in Spike's hand. Pretty neat, huh? He asked. The large gold coins gleamed in the sun. Awesome, Josh said. And that's the end of chapter 2. What do you think? That's Spike. I have some predictions. If you do too, you can leave them in the comments.